Thank you for taking a few minutes to watch this video and share a little bit of time with me. This is just a very informal kind of video newsletter from In Motion Ministries, and I really appreciate you taking the time today to spend a little bit of time with me as we watch this video. I won't take long because I know everybody's busy, you got a lot going on, and the fact that you've taken time to just share a bit of a moment with me, I very much appreciate. Here it is, September already. It's been 2 months since I last came to you with a video report. You probably found this on our e-letter, which I appreciate you taking time to read that e-letter and to watch this video. And you're receiving this e-letter and you're watching this video because you're a part of In Motion Ministries. And for that, I'm incredibly grateful because it's a team that makes this happen. It's not one individual, it's a team. And what's happening at In Motion is very exciting. Of the last 6.5 weeks, I've spent almost 5 of those on the road doing missions. And that's just me. I mean, we've got all kinds of people out leading mission teams and so forth. And what's happening in our midst is very exciting because the more work that's accomplished through In Motion, it means the more lives that are touched. And it's not to our value or our credit. It doesn't speak to our identity just because we're doing more. But it does speak to the impact, and to me that's very exciting. So to get started, I just want to say thank you. I mean, thank you for playing a part. Thank you for choosing to believe in Motion, to believe in yourself, and for investing in the way that you are in this ministry. That may be through financial gifts. That may be through donation of a service or a product. It may be through donation of your time. Here at In Motion in the office, might be going on one of our trips, might be sharing us with somebody that that then they end up going on a trip, or a group that goes on a trip. Whatever part it might be, you're playing a part, and I'm very grateful for that. I want to share a couple of stats with you. Excuse me, not because the stats are important, but because of what they mean is important. So this year, In Motion's had 25 short-term mission teams that IMM leaders have led. I mean, that is amazing. We've had 366 team members on those teams. Now, why is this exciting? Let me give you just a little bit of perspective and then talk about for a moment why this is important. In previous years, prior to 2016, In Motion had never had more than 12 teams on the field served by In Motion leaders. So 12 to 25, that's huge. 366 team members. We'd never had more than 115 team members. So that's significant growth. And it's been a lot of fun. It's been very exciting. The power of that, though, is what's important. Not those stats, not the growth, but the fact that that many more people have experienced the short-term mission experience. When people go on these trips, their lives are changed because God speaks into their hearts. They're away from their daily routine. They're away from the routine, the schedule, the work, the pressures, the bills, it's not all bad stuff by any means, but they're away from that daily stuff and they're serving on the mission field. And it's just like their hearts open up and God's able to minister truth and life to them. And it's powerful. Then the other side of this is those 366 team members have gone to other countries and ministered truth and life in those countries, helped with projects, done things to further the kingdom and to help people. That's why the numbers are exciting. That's why growth is exciting, because it's making a difference. And I'm so very grateful. Let me just share with you a couple of quick things. We've had quite a number of teams in Haiti this year that have been served through one of our partners. But In Motion team leaders have led teams into Haiti. So anyway, I won't clarify that any further. It's just been through one of our partners. But one of the things that's happening there that I think is so incredibly powerful is there are things that are happening, like, for example, a school is being built. If you take a child that's in poverty, the goal is not to get them out of poverty. The goal is to give them tools for life. Now, what's the difference there? One of the things that's happening in Haiti is we're building a school. So in building a school, these kids, they're not on the streets. They're not getting into trouble. They're in school. Not only are they in school, but they're fed at least one meal a day at that school, and I think oftentimes twice a day. So they're getting nutrition. They're getting education. They're getting spiritual input. They are learning amazing life skills. That will set them on a path that can change a country. So if it's a nation that's in poverty like Haiti is, if you educate those children and you set them on a godly path, on an educated path, on a career path, that will change a nation. That will change poverty. To me, that is just so exciting, and that's one of the things that In Motion teams have helped with this year. We've also had teams in Costa Rica numerous times this year. And over the last 12 years, we've had in the neighborhood of 25 or 26, I don't know the exact number, but quite a few teams have served in Costa Rica. And most of them have gone to Clint and Renee Wisdom. They have been our host in Costa Rica. Needless to say, in 25 years, our teams, in addition to others, have kind of worn their house out. We've stayed in their personal home all these different trips. It's been amazing. And it's time to build a team center to set the stage for future of short-term missions as it relates to Costa Rica and the Wisdom family. And so we've begun the process. Several teams have helped this year in that process of helping build a team center that will allow for more teams to come in, be more efficiently housed and cared for, which means they'll be more efficient in their ministry. So, those things very different. Haiti and Costa Rica, those two projects, very different, but equally exciting, Another thing that's happened this year, I was just looking up the numbers this morning. This year, you and other friends of In Motion Ministries have purchased 4,158, that's the number as of today, 4,158 Bibles have been purchased. Those Bibles are being delivered in China to individual Christians. Now, as they're delivered to an individual Christian, understand that today, the average Bible in China is used by 11 people. So do the math real quick in your head, right? 4,158 Bibles used on average by 11 people. That's a big number. It's exciting to see how many Christians in China will now have access to a Bible because you were willing to give. We're very, very grateful. That number's not as high as last year, but it's still almost 4,200 Bibles. And the year's not over. I'm sure there will be more Bibles purchased before the end of the year. Just very, very exciting stuff. We're honored to play our part in short-term missions. And we couldn't do it without you. If you don't know it, let me just share very quickly, and then I'll close this video out because I know your time is precious. But because you give, other people go. And with In Motion Ministries, our short-term mission trips cover their own cost and a slight bit of the overhead costs of running this ministry, but not nearly all of it. So there are people like you who give so that this ministry can happen. And for that, we're incredibly grateful. And if you're not giving to In Motion, but you appreciate what we're doing, I would just ask you to consider doing so. Consider helping us take the message of the gospel of peace to the nations through short-term missions. Consider helping us serve our short-term missionaries well to make a lasting impact on their lives and a lasting impact in the countries to which we're going. Again, thank you for your time. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for being a part of what God's doing around the earth, for being a part of God's kingdom, and specifically for doing it through In Motion. I'm certainly very grateful as I sit here in my office in Colorado. I'm just very grateful for those of you that are participating and helping make this happen. So God bless you. Have an amazing month of September, and I'll be back to visit with you again soon. God bless.